That was how we got a house within 1 week of arriving in the UK. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? If you're seeing me for the first time here, my name is Mary, and please settle down, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with everyone, turn on your notification most importantly. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. So today I am going to tell you guys, this video is long overdue because we got our apartment long time ago already. So I have been meaning to tell you guys how we finally got our apartment within 1 week of moving to the UK. Yes, you heard that right. Remember guys, if you have been watching my videos before now, you would know that when we just came, we were living in a hotel. We lived in that hotel for 3 days. We paid for 3 days, 3 nights in that hotel. And when we were on the first day of living in that hotel, we were not able to eat what we wanted to eat. That night we had to sleep hungry. The night we arrived in the UK, we had to sleep hungry because the restaurant in that hotel was closed, and we were not used to ordering food from here. And the next day we had to eat whatever was available in their restaurant. And then I called someone that I know, Auntie Esther. May God bless you if you're watching this. Just know that I am so blessed to have you, and I am grateful for all the help you offered me when I came here. So I had to call Auntie Esther, and she came to the hotel. She brought me food. I had to eat cooked food. And then she told me that, oh, you don't have to be in a hotel. You have to move to an Air BnB. And I was like, okay, if you say so, but we've paid for 3 days here, so we have to finish it. So on the 3rd day, she had already arranged for me to go view an Airbnb. When you want to book an Airbnb, you book online. But this Airbnb is an Airbnb that she had lived in when she came, so I didn't have to book the Airbnb online. If you watched the vlog where I went to view the Airbnb, you'd know that I went to view before I paid. Normally you're not supposed to view an Airbnb before you paid, but this one was different because she recommended me to the landlord. So I had to go view the Airbnb, which is where I am currently sitting right now. I had to go view the Airbnb before I paid, and then I moved in. I kept you guys updated. If you're an OG here on this channel, if you're new, you can check that vlog because I carried you guys along when I came to view, and then I paid and we moved in on the 4th day of our arrival. Then we paid for 1 week, which was 7 days exactly. We paid for 1 week, which was about 460 something pounds, and that's like almost enough for you to rent a 2-bedroom apartment. And I was like, oh my God, please God, do not let me move from this Airbnb to another one or renew the payment here, because how much are we going to spend at the end of 2 weeks? I was like, okay, God, you have to perform a miracle. We have to get an apartment before this Airbnb will expire. And mind you, the landlord also told me that we will not be able to extend our stay, that we would need to leave after the 7 days because he has people who are coming on the 8th day. He has people who are coming and they've already paid. So there was no way he was ready to extend our stay. We were supposed to just leave after 7 days, either to another Airbnb or we get our own apartment. So I was sitting on a timeline. So I was sitting on a time bomb. I kept you guys updated that time. I went for a lot of viewing, and you know, when you have to rent a house in the UK, you have to use those sites, those apps like Zoopla, Rightmove, on the market, and all whatnot. I downloaded a lot of them. I was searching and searching. My husband was searching. We could not even apply for jobs because we just wanted to be settled. You know, when you don't have an apartment, you're hanging. I was just hanging, and I kept viewing houses. At least I was viewing, and then I was watching YouTube videos on how people got their own apartment. Then I watched this lady, I think her name is Genevieve. She said that she got her apartment without all these requirements. And she got her apartment without all these requirements, and she got it from her Airbnb owner. I was like, oh, okay. So I tap into this testimony. I might just be this lady. Okay, let's see how it goes. I tapped into her testimony, and I was like, God, please, I don't want to leave this Airbnb to another one. And you see, this man is not willing to extend our stay here. So you have to do something. Then I continued searching. While searching, you know, some agencies will tell you that you have to pay for 6 months rent. I was told that even before I came, so I had it in mind that if you have the money to pay for 6 months rent ahead, you would have no problem getting an apartment without those ridiculous requirements like 3 months pay slip. I mean, you just arrived in the UK. Where are you going to get 3 months pay slip from? I brought my 3 months pay slip from Dubai, but it was invalid. Nobody wanted to see them. You needed a guarantor. I didn't have a guarantor in the first place, but on the long run, I found a guarantor who was willing to stand for me. But when I filled the form, when I told the agency that, okay, I have a guarantor, and then I filled the form, my guarantor refused to fill the form because of some personal reasons, and I was back to square one. I was back to not having any guarantor. So I continued searching. I was turned down at each and every point. I remember even offering. I was the one offering to pay for 6 months rent, but nobody was listening. Remember, guys, these agencies are supposed to ask me to pay for 6 months rent. I was the one now offering to pay 6 months rent, and nobody was listening to me. I remember chatting with a landlord on the, what is that app? On the market. Because on the market you can chat with landlords directly. I was chatting with a landlord, and I asked him if the house is still available. He said yes. I said I do not have the requirements like the 3 months pay slip and employment evidence and a guarantor, but I am willing to pay for 6 months rent, so you don't have the fear of whatever. And this man told me, okay, you can come and view tomorrow. When I went to view the next day, this man told me that he just asked me to view for viewing's sake. Guys, I went there with a taxi. I paid about £10 to and fro to do that viewing, and then you told me that you asked me to view for viewing's sake. And it was raining on that day. I remember making a video on my phone and sending to my niece and telling her, I did streets, they find house now. Nobody they asked me how you did. I was weeping. She laughed. Guys, it was not funny. I went from one viewing to another. I remember the day that I viewed about 3 houses on the same day. And then I didn't get anyone simply because I did not have the requirement. At that point, I told God that I'm not qualified, but you have to make me qualify. You have to do something. I cannot be on the street with these children. I cannot be stranded. I cannot move out from my house in Dubai just to come here and be stranded. I can't be. Where will I sleep on the street? Or how much more will I spend in Airbnbs? And I used to hear people moving from one Airbnb to another, even to the fourth Airbnb. People were spending 1 month in an Airbnb before they could get a place. But I kept hoping that my case would be different. So on this particular day, my Airbnb owner, I saw him outside because he has an office downstairs here. I saw him outside and I asked him, why not give me this place permanently? I mean, I'm willing to stay permanently since I'll be schooling here for a while. And then he said, no, you can't pay, Mary. It's very expensive because, you know, I am making daily money here. If I give you daily, it will be very expensive. You'd have to pay about 2,000 or 1,500 a month. That is very expensive, I think, because it's an Airbnb. It's not a permanent place. I said, okay. And then he said, if you want a place permanently, I can give you a place permanently in another place. That place is called Blackpool. And I didn't know how the place looks like, but I know that it's a bit far from my school. I would have to be commuting to school, but I was willing to take the risk. I told him, okay, let's go view the place. He drove me down there. I went there to view. I made a vlog on that day when I went to view that place, and that vlog is somewhere on my channel. I viewed the place. Guys, when I arrived there, the place was in front of a big sea. So apparently the name Blackpool is actually a pool. It's a sea actually. It's so big, and the house is just in front of the sea, and it's very cold. You guys know how cold UK is. Now, if you add the cold that would be coming from that sea, I would freeze to death. And it was not like an apartment, it was like a hotel. This Airbnb was even better than that place. It was like a hotel, and they just had beds in it. The kitchen was very tiny. And it was not just something that I wanted. I told him, please, just give me the one that I currently live in, because if I move here, I would not be happy. My children would be sick because this place is extremely cold. I would regret coming here to the UK. So please just give me the one that I am currently living in. And he said that like he told me, the place would be too expensive for me, but that I should let him know if I want this one or not. I just told him no, that I cannot take this one. I can't take this one. So on the same day, in the evening, he called me. No, he texted me, and he said that he still wants to know if I have changed my mind about taking that place that we went to view. And this was like 3 days. This was like 3 days before our stay here would have expired. So I told him that I replied the text by not declining again. I just told him that, like I said, that place is not comfortable for me and my children. It's extremely cold for us. I would really appreciate it if you give me this one that I currently live in. And then he said, okay, let me talk to the building owner, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so at that point I became hopeful. And then he texted me back and he said, can you come down? He texted me back and said, can you come down and I'll see you. Okay, I was excited. Then I went downstairs. When I went down, he said, you would need to pay your rent, including bills, and you won't be able to get a fixed contract because this place is an Airbnb. I'll be giving you a monthly contract, and every time you renew your rent, I'll give you a new contract. I was like, okay, no objection, my lord. I agree. I agree. I mean, this is what I want. Please give me. And he was like, okay, I'll get you a contract before the end of the day, but it will be a monthly contract. I said, okay, fine, that's fine. Just get your money ready and I'll call you when the contract is ready. And guys, that was how we got a house within 1 week of arriving in the UK, without those crazy requirements, without any deposit, without any guarantor, without any pay slip, without, I mean, think of all of the requirements, all the ridiculous requirements you have heard about renting in the UK. And this place I am currently sitting in is that very Airbnb that I came in the first week, and I'm still living here, renewing my rent monthly without a fixed contract, and I can leave at any time that I want to leave. I just need to inform him and off I'll go. And guess what, guys? Do you know that after he gave me the place, I was now able to help other people, because this place has 6 flats altogether, excluding the flat that my landlord is living in. All other flats, I helped people occupy them without having those requirements. Just the way he gave it to me, he was now telling me, oh, this other flat is available if you have someone. Oh, boom, the next day I'll bring someone. This other flat is available. And guys, that's how I did not just secure the house for myself only, I was now helping other people to secure the place. And this whole building is occupied by us students only. And if you're watching this video and you're struggling to get a place, you're struggling, you do not have those requirements, relax. You will get a place eventually. Just believe in God. Do not believe in people. Do not put your hope on people, because at a point I was now hoping that if I get a guarantor, I'll be able to get a place. So I reached out to people and someone offered to be my guarantor, but on the long run he abandoned me, and I went back to not having any guarantor, and I started from scratch again. But in the same week I was able to secure a place. So just be hopeful, and you will surely secure a place. Try to search as normal, but try to make connections also. Try to socialize, try to talk to people. Talk to your Airbnb owner, because they somehow want to help us, the newcomers. Before giving me this place, my Airbnb owner was telling me that, oh Mary, are you going for another viewing? If you need a reference, I can give it to you. I can give you a 5-star reference and all of that. I was like, okay, thank you so very much. They want to help, and if they can, they would help you. So guys, if you have watched this video up until this time, I don't want it to be too long. I think it's already long already. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with people who you think might benefit from it, and I'll see you in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you.